Hey, Fight fans, look back to Carl Cruz MMA. Today we got a special guest for you. My guest is getting ready to fight in the Dana White Contender Series, fighting Week 10, taking on Wesley Schultz. He is the undefeated Mr. Mario Mingaj. Mario, how are you doing, my friend?
Hello, everyone. Hello, Carlo. Thanks for having me. Doing good, pretty good. Still in the camp, so I'm good. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. So you've been doing this for a while now, become a big name in the regional scene over Cage Warriors over in Europe. You're getting your chance now to find the Contender Series, man. Pretty exciting. Are you pretty pumped up about this?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that call, you know. I'm 7-0. Yeah, just a good record, I know, but I wasn't expecting that right now in my career. Maybe just one more or two more fights in Europe and then getting the call. But here we are. I'm pretty excited about this opportunity.
Absolutely. Past two fights, fighting over in Cage Warriors, were able to pick up beautiful chokes and both of them nice finish victories. What's it been like fighting in Cage Warriors?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's one of the, I think, best like show in Europe. So it gave you it gave you a good scene. It's a good scene to be seen from the US, and so yeah, it's good fighting there. Yeah.
You know, so many people are watching the sport now. Very few people know what it's like to be a fighter. You know, when you're fighting on the regional scene, you're not making Conor McGregor money quite yet. You're staying up early, late. You're waking up early. You miss birthdays, weddings, Thanksgivings, dinners. It's hard to have a wife. It's hard to have a girlfriend. It's hard to have kids. You do all of this maybe for the chance to find the big show. You had the opportunity to find the biggest show in the world here coming up, but what's made you stick through all the sacrifices?
Yeah, as you said, there's a lot of sacrifice, and right now I'm trying to do just the fighting board, just do the trainings and stuff. I don't, I have a girlfriend, yeah, but I'm trying to not stay too busy with the other stuff. I just want to, train, fight because I'm 26 right now. I'm going 27 in October, and so, you have to move to for this game. If you want to fight in UFC and make some money, you have to move on, to move fast.
Absolutely. What's the fight scene like in Italy, man? Is there a lot of shows? Is it hard to find fights?
Actually, it's a bit hard to, start a pro career here. I started here in 2021, but the it's growing. It's actually growing because Cage Warriors is doing also shows in Italy, in Rome. But it's a bit hard here. We're not like the other European countries like France, England, Germany also is they're pretty good. Um, Italy is behind these other countries. But I think in the next few years, 2, 3 years, I think Italy scene will grow up.
Absolutely. You know, when you look at it, there's a couple big fighters that come from Italy. Obviously, Alessio Sakara went off to the UFC, big name over there as well. I think a host of Italy's Got Talent. You got Marvin Vittori as well. Both of these
Yeah.
guys, do those guys motivate you? Are those inspirations of yours?
Yeah. The biggest pleasure for me, Sakara is like uh, in the past. It's he was in UFC when I didn't know what was the UFC. I was a little kid, so growing up, I knew him and I saw some of his old fights. And Marvin, of course, yeah, is big inspiration here for all Italian fighters. But they both, one thing that they have in common is that they both train outside of Italy to have a chance in the UFC. Sakara in Brazil and Marvin, of course, in the US. So it speaks a lot, this thing.
Absolutely. So, where were you at when you got this phone call that you were going to be fighting on the Contender Series?
I was at home, my home in Abruzzo. Right now, I'm in Rome for this camp. I'm training with Aurora MMA, is the biggest team here. But I was at home and I wasn't believing it. Like, yeah, I don't think this is real. Maybe, yeah, they interested, but. let's see if this is actually. So I waited for a few weeks before you know believing that.
Absolutely. So you got a fun fight for you. You're taking on Wesley Schultz over week 10. Overall, what do you think of him as an opponent?
Yeah, I think he's a good wrestler. I see some of his recent fights. I saw his last fights in Contender series um, the last year, and I think his style is not quite, is a bit confusing. I think his striking is not very like composed, but I think he's a good fighter, and it's a good test for me. Passing over him, I think will be a show for me to say like, okay, maybe I'm ready for the UFC.
Absolutely. When I saw this one, I got pretty excited. You see a lot of grappling between both you guys, a lot of finishes on the ground. Could you see this one getting pretty technical?
I hope not. I'm serious. I'm real right now. I think not. I think I want to not be technical. I want to be like a war and getting a finish and just straight to the UFC. If we get a technical match, I don't think it will be a fun match for the fans and for the UFC for the Dana White. So you know, uh,
Absolutely.
I want a war.
One thing about you, obviously, there's a lot of grappling. You win a lot of fights by submissions. You're always going for the kill, though, man. Every one of your fights, you're looking to finish it. You're looking to put out. You're constantly doing something, advancing the positions, trying new things, trying to get your opponent out there. How much pride do you take in the way that you fight?
How much?
How much pride do you take in the way you fight? How much
Oh,
are you in?
yeah, yeah, it's pretty private. Like, yeah, as you said, I want always to finish. Even in when I'm in bad spots, like I lost first round by points in my mind. I see, okay, my first round is not mine. In the second, I'm coming. I'm not coming for the points. I'm coming for the submission, the KO. I don't care about points and stuff like that. I have just one fight that did go to the distance, but it was a tough fighter. It was from Bulgaria, so I didn't quite get it. But yeah, as I said, it's very important for me to finish the fights. Yeah.
Do you think that fighting is more mental than it is physical?
Uh, yeah. Well, like I don't know. It's high level. It's like 70% mental. I think. When you have guys that are very technical, are both very technical in grappling or striking, then what's it's coming out is the mind. Who has more motivation, who has more strong mind. Even in the latest rounds, like second round, third round, when you are like tired, that's when the mind comes out and let's see who wants it more. Yeah, I think it's very important.
One thing that makes the Contender series so unique, you go out there, there's no walkout music, there's hardly anybody there. It's really
Yeah,
quiet. I don't think they introduce your names. You just go in there and you fight. Do you like that
yeah.
atmosphere?
Yeah, I think it's very strange. It's very unusual for a fighter because you always fight and there's music, there's people cheering, and then you fight there and there's nothing. I don't know. Maybe it would be good for me because I'm outside of the sport. I'm a quiet person, so I like it quiet. I like it when it's like chill. But I don't know. Maybe it's more. I don't know. Maybe I will feel more the pressure. I don't know.
Are you thinking of that possible moment after the fight? You, the four other winners beside you, Dana White looking at you saying, "Hey, come over here, get your contract."
I seen this scene in my mind over the times, and I see so many times that actually sometimes I think it just happened. It's already happened. Yeah, I don't know who's fighting also in my week, but I see me, I see the opponents, and I just won that contract. Yeah.
For you, what would it mean to be able to fight in the UFC?
What?
What would it mean for you to be able to fight in the UFC?
Oh yeah, it will mean everything. This is like one of my biggest dream because right now I'm just training MMA and just doing this. I lived a lot of things in my life, like I left the university. Uh, I left a lot of, relationships, things, friends, and so it's like, I did all this stuff for something. So if I get a contract, is I do this thing and it's getting paid right now.
Absolutely. It's kind of crazy. You only turned pro about 4 years ago, and now here you are now fighting on the Contender Series.
Yeah,
You
it's a very
surprised?
short amount of time. Yeah.
You surprised it took this quick?
Yeah, absolutely. As I said before, I wasn't expecting this call in this moment of my career. Yeah, I think I thought when I get the call that it was really like early because 4 years you just get the chance to fight in the contender series. But we will take this chance, of course.
Absolutely. Right now you're in a position, you have people reaching out to you on Instagram, Facebook, you have a bunch of Italian fighters who are looking at you. You're the guy that's there. You could be the UFC. They're asking you questions for advice. You're a role model. What's it like to be in this position?
I try to not give too much to that because you can get in your mind, all these things, Instagram likes, comments. It's beautiful because I see other guys, other kids, they want to fight, they want to, uh, you know, get in my position. So it's beautiful, but I try to not, give it too much time, too much effort. So
For
as
you,
you
what
see, I'm not on Instagram too much.
Speaking of Instagram, social media, in this day and age of mixed martial arts, obviously social media plays a big part of it. There's a lot of entertainment aspect of it now. How do you feel that social media and entertainment has changed martial arts?
I think it's changing in many ways, but like if I speak for myself, I don't, as I said, I don't give too much importance to that. I know it's important, but for me, I think sometimes it's more important to fight and win the fights. As for example, I take Ilia Topuria. He's a before all the championship fights and things, he wasn't not like in the US, it wasn't this big thing, But he kept winning, he kept KO, doing KOs. So now all the world know Ilya, but it doesn't give so much importance to social media. So you have two ways to do the fighter, or you are like Instagram fighter, so you do a lot of contents, a lot, and I don't wanna speak bad about that because it's a way. Or you fight, you win, you get submission, you get the KO, and people not gonna know you.
Absolutely. For you, what's the ultimate goal in mixed martial arts? What do you want to accomplish in this sport?
Uh, I'm not a long-term thinking person, so I just want the next purpose is get a UFC contract. I'm not even thinking about my first UFC fights. I don't want to think about that. I'm just thinking about, 14 October, get the contract, get in the UFC, and then we'll see what's next for me.
Absolutely. All right. Before we wrap up here, I want to walk through some big fights. I'm going to get your predictions of who's going to win some big UFC fights coming up. So next
Yeah.
weekend, big show. Merab Dvalishvili putting the 135 title on the line against Corey Sandhagen. Who wins that one?
Yeah, so my thoughts are I really like Corey. I think it's really a great fighter. His skills in the striking are one of the best, I think, in UFC. But I must say Merab is gonna take this because he's the machine, you know. His nickname is perfect for him. I think he's gonna win. Yeah.
Absolutely. So then you got another really good one coming up that same night. You got Chama Alex Pereira taking on Ankalaev, trying to get that belt back. Who wins the rematch?
Oh yeah. I think Pereira got this. You know, a lot of people. I saw a lot of people saying Alcalá got the rematch too, but I think Pereira got this. I think a KO or even decision, but I don't think it will be a decision this time. I don't know.
Absolutely. So we got a big heavyweight one in October. Tom Aspinall fighting Cyril Gahn. Who wins that one?
Well, this is a very good fight. Some people expecting this because I think this is a big test for Tom. You know, Sirigan is not one to underestimate. But I think Tom, yeah, gonna win.
Absolutely. And then in November in New York, you got Islam Makhachev looking to get a second title coming up to 170, taking on Jack Della. Who wins that one?
Yeah, I got my Italian heritage, Italian boy. Jack is gonna take this. I don't know. His style is one of my favorites in the UFC. He's great. He's a very top fighter, and I don't know. I want him so bad to win.
Absolutely. All right. So we just talked about some of the biggest names in the sport right now. When you're watching the big fights, when you're seeing these names, do you get motivation off of it? Does this stuff pump you up?
Uh, I don't know. I don't try to. I try to not get too close to this mythological names of the UFC. Like I watch UFC all the time, but I don't. I know I am. I don't want to be a fan. You know, a big fan. Like, oh yeah, I want to be like him. I just want to do my style. You know, and improve. But I see a lot of fighters, and I think, oh yeah, he's good. And sometimes I take something out of them, like, you know, his style is like that, or this kick, this punch is good. You know, I see some fighters, yeah.
Absolutely. You know, you're fighting obviously middleweight 185. That's one of the best divisions in the sport right now. I mean, there's so many great fighters in there. Does that excite you knowing you get in the UFC, you're going to be fighting nothing but the best fighters in the world?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I'm telling this because I never tell I never tell this, but if I get to the UFC, I maybe get a thought in my mind that I can drop to 170. But you know, yeah, I don't know. But because I think my body can do that, and it will be more interesting for me to fight at 170 because you know I would be pretty big for that weight class. Because right now for 185. I know I'm not the biggest one, you know. There's some big guys in there, so I don't know. We'll see.
Absolutely. All right, Mario, last question for you, my friend. In a perfect world, what is the outcome on week 10 when you take on Wesley Schultz in the Dana White Contender Series?
You wanna know how the outcome?
Yeah, perfect outcome. What happens?
TKO, second round, punches, you know.
There you go. Well, Mario, man, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I wish you nothing but the best, man.
Thank you, Carlo. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. That's it for us tonight. I'm Carl Prusa. He is Mr. Mario Mingaj. You can watch him week 10, Dana White Contender Series, taking on Wesley Schultz. Don't miss it, fight fans. It's going to be a good one. Take care.
Thank you, guys.